Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Chris Hawkes, and this is your Best Life Defined. How you doing today? I asked that question. That's the opening line because at this point I keep thinking if someone's going to say, "Hey Chris, I heard you ask me how I'm doing. I'm doing great. I'm rocking it. I'm spending a lot more time engaged in shit I love to do. I'm spending a lot more time fishing. Me and my wife, my partner, we're in a better place. We're starting to talk more. We listened to Brene Brown's book, The Power of Vulnerability, and now we are on that zone with you and with Brene. We kind of understand where all these issues come from." That's where it starts, right? And this is just another opportunity for you to apply what I'm talking about here. How would you like to have your relationship be like it used to be? You know, where you just kind of you want to be kissing on them. You know, you just want to rub them and touch them, and the fever that comes from being in a new relationship. How do you get that back? Well, the way I got it back and the way Sandy and I share that relationship is we just simply started liking each other again. We started being kind and considerate, and instead of me concerning myself with me, I concern myself with her, right? She can ask me to do anything. It doesn't matter what it is, because I'm finding that the nicer I am to her, the more she likes me. And when she likes me, she touches me and she kisses me and she compliments me and she fixes me good meals and she does nice things for me. Kind of like when we were first dating. You remember that, right? You remember back when you were first dating and you were like getting together and everything was exciting, pulling chairs out, and you spared no expense. You'd buy the good beer, right? Go get pizzas and hang out at the park. It didn't matter. It didn't even matter what you were doing as long as you got to do it together. But you might be surprised to hear this, but that's kind of where it's at now, right? Now, there were some adjustments. Let me just tell you, living in a 41-foot fifth wheel, traveling around the country and being fully retired. In other words, we have all day, every day to hang out and do whatever the hell we want. It took us a little while to find our space. We were doing a lot of things together, and once we get back out on the road to places we haven't seen, we are going to be busy 7 days a week. I'm going to be squeezing these podcasts in because we're going to go exploring. The only reason I'm not doing a lot of exploring in Colorado right now is because I've explored Colorado. I've explored it. Now, there's some things we're going to still do. Yeah, there's some things I want to go do. But the reason we're able to live this life, and more than that, the reason I've been married to my wife 40 years and it feels better than ever is because we're both doing the things we used to do when we dated. Now, what's that list of things look like, all right? Let's just say, for instance, you're not living with Mr. Prince Charming anymore. He's over there, and instead of helping you with dishes, he goes, plops his butt down in his recliner, pops his first of 6 beers, and watches TV that suck all night. TV you don't want to watch all night. So after an hour of drinking your wine, sitting in the chair, scrolling through your phone, you finally decide to go upstairs, go to bed, and you watch your own TV, right? Have to come down about 11 o'clock. You got to go to the bathroom, and there he is asleep on the couch or asleep in his recliner. Not exactly how it used to be, right? We're talking about energy here. We're talking about doing things that invoke energy, invoke excitement in your partner's life. That's exciting. Like my wife, she refers to me as Jack LaLanne. She every once in a while, I've started taking to wearing skinny pants, or not skinny jeans, but stretchy pants to work out in because it's winter. I work out outside. It's cold. They're convenient. They're comfortable. They keep me warm, right? Well, it changed how I look completely because I'm barrel-chested. I got really big shoulders, and then I taper down to a narrow waist, no butt at all, or as they say, no ass at all, and then legs. I got nicely defined legs, but they're short. They're only about an inch long, right? But she's complimenting me. She'll tell me, wow, you look good. Well, thanks. Because that was my goal. My goal is to have her get into me, right? To be into me. I'm going to get a t-shirt that my old lady is into me. That'd be a good t-shirt to get, all right? My old lady's into me. She's into me, right? Something to brag about. How do you get there? Be nice. Get excited about something. Start something you haven't done. Start taking action down the path towards being there. When's the last time you had date night? People say, well, I can't afford to have date night. We can't go out to restaurants. Oh, yeah. That's along with all those other I can'ts. The point is, if you want to have date night, create date night. That could be as simple as going to the local grocery store, grabbing some sandwich fixings, packing them up in a basket, and telling her, come on, meet me after work at the park. We're going to hang out and have a picnic. Got a bottle of wine, hanging out on a blanket. Put the effort into it. It's not where you go. It is the effort you put into it. It's the effort in making your partner feel special. You remember kind of like how you used to do when you first got together. You know what I'm talking about, right? Just like it used to be. You're not focused on the bad. You're focused on the good. You got to look at what's there, not what's not there. That's the mistake a lot of people make. We get into these relationships, and it's easy for us to sit back and see how the relationship is changing, especially when it's not changing for the better. Because when your relationship is starting to get stale, it's starting to sit there and it's stagnating because neither one of you are doing things to add fuel to it, eventually the outcome is exactly what most people expect, and that is it's eventually going to run out of fuel. You'll be like, I'm not getting any energy here anymore. Why am I here, right? That's the issue. But it doesn't have to be that way. The reason I'm really excited about Sandy, and I'm really impressed with her. I think she's a hottie, right? And that's funny to say coming from me being 59 and have been married to her for 40 years in January, right? But she's a hottie. She's cute. She's smart. She's got great stories. And the best part of all of this is she is into me. She's my girlfriend. She's my friend. She's my wife. Shit. When you look at your partner in those terms, it's not difficult for you to do one more good thing for them. It's not difficult for you to get excited and reassure them when they're doubting themselves or they're doubting you, to reassure them to the point that they're like, yeah, all right, you're right, I can do it. And believe me, amid the struggle and the kind of struggles that Sandy and I have had to overcome, I guarantee you can do anything with your relationship. You want to get fired up? You want them to wake up in the morning eager to talk to you, eager to do things for you? You can start. It's really simple. Start by waking up eager to do things for them, eager to talk to them, eager to help them make their day better, become an asset in their life, become irresistible. That's what it comes down to, right? Don't worry about Sandy and what she's doing. Sandy's coming home. As far as I'm concerned, there isn't anybody who does it better, right? I mean, I cook, I clean. She goes, I say, what's the matter? I'll fix it, right? I'll fix it for her. You know why? Because I love her that much. Because it makes me happy to see her happy. And the cool part about it is I don't have to ask because that's what I get back. It's those little treasures. Here's a little inside story, and I don't know if I should be sharing this with you or not, but let me just tell you this. So I really love it when I fall asleep and Sandy has her hand on me, just rubbing my shoulder, maybe rubbing my back, maybe her hand just resting on my arm, because usually when I fall asleep away from her, so I don't disrupt her sleep, right? It feels so good. It's so comforting to feel her hand on me while I'm going to sleep. She does that not because I ask, but because she knows I enjoy that. She knows it adds value to our relationship. It makes me feel good and connected to her. And it's such a simple thing to do. But it isn't because I ask her to do it. It's because in giving so much to her, in being willing to step up and say, how can I make it better for you? How can I make this experience, this thing called life, this life we share, better? How can I make it better for you? What can I do for you? Well, I've made a promise. There's a couple things. My wife will never cry again, not because of me. I promise that. Unless, of course, it's the day I die. Because we talk about that. I'm like, oh, this is going to suck. One of us is going to get sick or one of us is going to die. That's going to be the toughest day of my life. That will be the toughest day of my life. I'm not ready for it. I can tell you that right now. But that's motivation to not waste a moment of it, not doing my best to be her best friend, right? So how do you do it? You shut your mouth when it's bad and you open your mouth when it's good. That's as simple as it gets. You don't do it if it's bad and you do a bunch of it if it's good. Simple, huh? You want to have a better relationship? You want your partner to fall back in love with you? Do a bunch of stuff that makes their life easier. Do a bunch of stuff that demonstrates to them how much you care about them. Do a bunch of stuff to them so their life is easier, so they have more time to settle in and just appreciate the fact that you're in their life. I work out so that my wife can be proud of me when we walk on the beach. I work out so my wife can be proud of me when I take my shirt off. Does it mean I don't have an Atlas body? No, I'm a fat old man with some muscle on me. But it could be a lot worse. And it's not as much about where I'm actually at as the fact that I wake up every day committed to it for a lot of reasons, including my wife deserves to be married to someone she's proud of. She deserves to be married to someone who values staying in shape because I value the time we share together. What about you? Are you ready? Let's go ahead and do this. Today's the day. You want to love like you used to? You want to have that feeling of insatiable desire just to be with them, to touch them, to talk to them, to kiss them, to hold their hand, to touch them? Start being that kind of person for them. Start being the person you used to be. Embrace every minute, every moment, every word. And guess what you're going to get back? Eventually, you're going to get the same thing back. And let's just say you do it for a while and you don't get that back. Guess what? After a certain amount of time, you have earned the right to ask for that. And it's simple. Listen, baby, I don't know if you've noticed, I've been really kind to you. I've been doing a lot of things for you. How does it feel? They're going to say it feels great. Thanks. So how would you be opposed to doing the same thing for me, for stepping your game up so that I feel better about us and we can be better friends and you can give some of that back to me? Because it's deserved, right? Kindness begets kindness. The cool part is you probably won't have to ask. The cool part is you probably won't have to say a word. Simply by stepping up and expressing your goal, your destination, where you're taking your relationship, they will eventually jump on board. Because when it gets that good for them, they're going to want to give that goodness back to you. I promise, I guarantee, this is no bull. It's worked for me, it works for my wife, and we continue to grow after 40 years of being married. So keep that in mind. If you want an amazing relationship, it starts with conversation, it starts with kindness, and it starts with you deciding to take one step in a direction towards making that relationship better. So keep that in mind, and as always, just remember, today's your day. Make it a good one.